Hey everyone, my name is Armand Baltazar, and if you don't know me, I am the artist and author behind Timeless, Diego and the Rangers of the Vastlantic. 2021 is upon us, so first off, let me say I hope you are safe and well. Now, this year I'm working hard on Timeless 2, and I thought while I'm doing so, I would take an opportunity from time to time to share with you a bit of the process of how I made the artwork for Timeless. So, today I'm going to do a spotlight sort of demonstration video or process video that is going to in part share with you the talents of my wonderful friend Brynn Metheney. She's a creature designer. She's worked on so many films. She's worked in publishing. She's done so many incredible things. And wait, let me back up a second and let me share one little thing. So I have been working as an artist in the film industry for the last 20 years in animation and sometimes in live action. And along the way, I get to sort of meet and work with some phenomenal artists. Bryn is one of these people. And when I started to create the story for Timeless and make the artwork, I thought to myself, it might be really cool to sort of bring in other talented people to sort of help me kind of create the look of the world for Timeless, kind of using the best of what they have to do. So we're going to kind of look at that today. So everything started someplace. And when I was working on Timeless, it began with a series of concept art paintings. I would write bits of the story. I would create drawings and paintings to sort of help me envision what was going to happen. Now, I knew that I wanted the book to be illustrated. And so, these early pieces of artwork helped me in, sort of figuring out how artwork was going to look in the book. But it did a lot to help me in terms of what I was writing for the scenes and the characters and what they were going through. So this scene here, and in this painting, this is the original concept art painting that I created for Diego, who was run into a family of Allosaurus dinosaurs. And I was really happy at the time with how the painting came out. I really liked the dinosaurs. And, when I designed and created these dinosaurs, I was sort of looking at a lot of what other people had sort of done to interpret what an Allosaurus would look like. And, looked at different artists' sort of take on and paleontologists on what the dinosaur could look like. And I thought it would be really, really cool, though, if in Timeless it could have its own kind of unique sort of approach to dinosaurs. And when I set that as a goal, I sought out the help of one of my good friends, Bryn Metheney, who's a phenomenal creature designer, to sort of design dinosaurs with me and creatures with me and use her ideas, incorporate her ideas together to create the creatures in the world. So the first thing I did was I thought that there were things about the original painting that I wanted to keep. I like the environment, I like the staging and the lighting, so I just thought I'm going to replace the dinosaurs. And one of the first things I did was to simply take the existing painting that I had and to start to remove or paint out the dinosaurs. In doing so, in recomposing the new painting, I decided that I wanted to have Diego, the main character, have more prominence. So I enlarged him, I made him bigger, and I sort of kind of redefined a bit of his outfit and sort of updated it with what I thought it should look like as it went into the final look for Diego. Now, what you're looking at here is one of the phenomenal drawings that Bryn created. And, when she was creating these dinosaurs, like kind of taking what I had done, and I had told Bryn that I wanted to sort of keep the gesture and keep the composition, keep the storytelling how I had it, but I just wanted to update with a cooler, sort of different take on an Allosaurus. And she started to create a bunch of concept sketches for what it could be. She started developing ideas with me, and she had come up with this fantastic idea about steering the Allosauruses to resemble something that was more bird-like, which is where the science is right now with dinosaurs, but not only just randomly a bird, but something kind of really cool and unique and specific to the character of the Allosaurus in the scenes. And she came up with the idea of styling the dinosaurs to resemble ravens. And so I loved that idea, and she started to run with it, and this is the design she created for a dinosaur that we nicknamed Sophia. Actually, I shouldn't say we. It was Bryn. She sort of named her creatures as she was designing them, which was really cool. This is the initial color that Bryn sort of came up with for the dinosaur, and kind of keeping in mind with the kind of ideas of a crow and the feathers and a kind of a shimmering quality that I would then sort of push even more forward, something that was iridescent, perhaps in the skin and in the feathers of Sophia. Now this is Bryn's design placed across the top of my old design, my old dinosaur, and now I'm going to start to kind of bring it together. So the first thing I did was I started to push the color ideas even further on top of Bryn's original sketch. And then the next step would be to actually then create a painted look. And so what you're seeing now is my interpretation of Bryn's ideas, and starting to sort of paint her design and bring the sort of iridescent quality of the feathers and the skin sort of to life. Now, like the original painting, there would be dinosaurs overlaid, and so I would introduce some atmosphere, some paint, sort of soft clouds of dust and smoke sort of catching in between the dinosaurs to help create a separation. And what you're seeing here is the second dinosaur that Bryn has sort of crafted, and this one's name was Blanche. And so this is the sort of the drawn design and some of Bryn's color ideas for how she could look. I then proceeded to paint up Blanche and sort of bring to life her her skin and her feathers. And one of the nice things in doing working with Bryn's design is trying to find the personality that she is trying to sort of incorporate the character of each dinosaur, and find ways of styling the way patterns happen across the skin, or colors, or the paint strokes can have a uniqueness to each one of the creatures that are put in place. So we began with a dinosaur furthest back, and then we worked on Blanche, which was further forward on the left-hand side, and then Bryn recrafted some ideas for who she would name Dorothy and Rose, which were on the right-hand side of the composition. And so here you can see the sort of concept design sketches with color that Bryn created for those two dinosaurs. And here is the final painting for Dorothy and Rose. And so now things are starting to kind of come together. The dinosaurs have all been sort of put in place. Some atmosphere has been painted in, behind the dinosaurs, in front of the dinosaurs, to sort of set them in space. And I'm coordinating the lighting to kind of, be reminiscent of the staging I'd done before, and to keep within the kind of lighting that I did before, but now incorporating these new designs by Bryn in our very own timeless Allosaurus dinosaurs. When the painting is done, we then sign the painting. And so what you'll see in a lot of the illustrations and timeless that I did as collaborations with other artists is I wanted to give them credit, and I wanted to sort of share with the world that their contribution. So sometimes as you're looking at the artwork in the book, you can see the names of other designers who contributed designs or helped me in some way to get to the final paintings that appear in the book. Here is the final painting, all completely put together. Finishing touches, last minute tweaks are all sort of been put in place. And this is how it appears in the book. Now, one of the cool things about the way the illustrations are laid out is that sometimes they're just two-page spreads, sometimes they're spot illustrations, sometimes they go across, two pages with text going over it. And so it kind of, hopefully, if it's done well and you like it, it kind of moves in a really fun and interesting way. Now, lastly, in this video, I just wanted to give, again, a big shout out to the phenomenal designer and friend, Brynn Metheney. And you can find Bryn's artwork and artistry at her website. You can find her on ArtStation. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Twitter. And I encourage you all to check out the amazing design work by Brynn Metheney. And also, of course, I'm hoping that you will, whoops, now I got ahead of myself here. Let me go back. Okay, there we go. I'm hoping that you'll also check out more artwork from Timeless. And if you're interested in buying the book or the artwork from the book that I've got for sale, feel free to visit my website. Otherwise, you too can find me on ArtStation, Instagram, Twitter. And, I also wanted to put a shout out there for people who've sort of been following me and who are fans of the book and around the world. And so I just wanted to let you know that Timeless is published around the world. It's published in Italy, France, Spain, the Czech Republic, the United Kingdom, Germany, South Korea, scores of other places. These are just a few. But thank you all for supporting Diego's journey and my journey. And stay safe and be well.